Instead of teaching you how to manifest, I will show you the ways that you are already doing it and then teach you to become conscious of it. Consciousness is the first step. Just bringing awareness to your action invites presence. Your presence is determined by how you show up. How you show up is determined by your emotional state and the state of your emotions. If you are only showing up as an overactive, overthinking, ego-wearing clothes, then you are not being present. We start small. We start with conversations. The first awareness is the awareness of how powerful the words you use are, as well as the intention in which you use them. You are speaking the truth of who you are when you interact with others, and the image you leave is for them to decide. We will never control anyone else's image of us, and no one will ever see us as we see ourselves. So why keep propping up the ego, and why keep talking to people we don't want to talk to? When we have conversations, we will start to notice the facial expressions and tones of voice that were once missed when we were just waiting on our turn to speak. Becoming aware and conscious of your words, while at the same time having a calm nervous system and no emotional reactions to the words the other person is saying, it allows you to not only take in more of what is going on around you, but to also be able to respond instead of react when you need to engage. This is where you start to see real authenticity in yourself and in others, as well as the inauthenticity. If this is your first glimpse into how catty the people around you can act, this may be a challenging workshop for you, but it will be well worth it. A subtle warning. Once you start being able to see what is, not what you wish, you may find that surface level friendships start to fade and environments that once had meaning start to feel fake, since there was never a real authentic connection to begin with. This is pre-manifesting, the clearing out of the things that no longer align with what you are bringing in for the future. We may work on some exercises like how to find your nice while you are at work. The real work begins by deciding how you want to show up for the world. You need a solid sense of identity and little to no need for validation from anything outside of you. You need to be able to practice autonomy so your identity and how you show up can recalibrate as needed. This is not about spending 6 months on a mountaintop or going on a spiritual retreat to rediscover yourself. There is nothing to discover when it comes to who you are or how you want to show up for the world. Those are things that you get to decide. One way to work on this, and it's my personal favorite, is to write your own creed, your own set of laws and rules that you set for yourself, your own individual moral compass that knows your unique north. When you have who you truly are at your core as a solid foundation, then you will not have to expend too much energy on fake conversations or engagements that don't return some sort of value. This is clarity, and it makes way for what you want to bring into your life. Opportunities do not present themselves without there first being some sort of chaos. Something has to break down so that something can be created. Your relationship with chaos will change. You will see that chaos and opportunity are just two sides of the same coin. In Zen, they call it the Buddha mind. It is described as the completely unfiltered and void of ego state of mind that can handle any situation. Athletes call it the flow state. I call it conscious presence. At first, you may only be able to experience it during meditation or practices. But just like anything, you can cultivate and expand it. Maybe you are not sure what you want to manifest or bring into your life, and that's not a bad thing. Being able to be present during the experiences of life can start to show you where you are living life and where you are just playing a role while it happens in front of you. Your perception shapes your reality. If you are unsettled, nervous, afraid, or just want to go home, you will have a terrible time at the party while everyone else enjoys themselves. Presence is something that works best when the ego is absent. The ego is not bad, but it does run on coping mechanisms and almost always is unconscious. The awareness that you bring to this is almost all it takes to be able to work with yourself to correct the habit of defensiveness. Emotional compartmentalization is a tool we will use here, not to become robots, but to create some breathing room in the mind so that emotional reaction can be replaced with conscious response. To be able to experience a conversation or an environment for the first time with a completely calm mind and no sense of attachment whatsoever, to just be present, is the closest thing to peace you may find. The last thing is to take complete responsibility and accountability for your life and its current condition. This is where I show you that you have already manifested everything in your life. This is a way of working backwards when it comes to manifestation. You can peel back the layers and see what really matters to you, and at the same time figure yourself out and forgive yourself for the bad decisions that you figured out were bad decisions long after you made them. But now you understand yourself better, and the next decision is a much better one. You not only make a vision board, but you are also extremely specific about what goes on it. When you do the work up front to clear out what you don't want, it makes room for what you do and a clear path on how to get it there. You are more than likely taking on responsibilities that are not yours. You are also probably feeling guilty or holding yourself accountable for things you should probably let go of. You could also be so insufferable that the only reason people talk to you is because they absolutely have to. But now you get to choose how you show up, and that will determine what shows up for you. And if you're calm and present when it shows up, you will be able to see the opportunity where everyone else sees chaos.